sending me that.
Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Hallyujuku. I'm Petey Rave, your man with no plan. And Kaz didn't hear any of that, which is hilarious.
Wait, what? What happened? There was something?
It was a punch, and somebody got hit in the head. Oh, poor Hannah.
Oh, yeah, no. I saw it. Don't worry. We've all been there.
Yes. Oh, poor Hannah. I do like that somebody reimagined the video with superimposing Sunhwa's head onto the punching bag, which is trying to start some shit on the internet, which is always fun. But yeah, we're Hallyujuku, we're back. Woo!
Hey.
Nice little kind of a bit of a hiatus. We were gone for a bit. Yeah. Kind of things got busy post vacation, and then we just kind of finally got around to readjusting ourselves and recording again. I'm Petey Rave, your man with no plan. Here with me, of course, is Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
Trying to figure out my goddamn pop filters. Right now.
Yes.
Goddamn.
Yes.
Doesn't want to stay in place. I think I'm losing it, man.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. We're here. Talk about East Asian pop culture.
Yeah. So we're here. We're back. It's been a little while. A couple of con adventures, Korea adventure, and then just trying to get back into normal life. Sickness.
Yes. Post-con
sickness.
Yes. Me having wax build up in my ear and panicking, thinking I had an ear infection.
Gotta get them Q-tips.
Yep, gotta clean that ear. But I'm all good.
Right.
We're mostly okay. And we're here to talk about East Asian pop culture. Of course, we talk about at the top of every episode, we talk about what's new. And of course, there's a lot that's new in the past since we actually did an episode. It's been a couple weeks, so there's a lot of new music, a couple of major releases that we'll talk about before we talk about our individual picks. First of all, the boys are back. The now men Shinee are back, have been back for 20 days at this point. But we're going to talk about it anyways. They're back, bringing back the New Jack Swing with One of One. Kinda. I mean, pretty much.
It's Bobby the fuck Brown, dude.
Yeah,
right.
It is New Kids on the Block. It is, Boys to Men, like, when they were more poppy. It was like, it's Belle Biv DeVoe, it is that New Jack Swing sound.
Yeah. But I enjoy it. I like it. I think they did it in a really fun way that makes it enjoyable. So I can see the kids being into this.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing that's happening now with like retro things being popular now. Especially with like kind of in the past few years with the reply series, but it's starting to like be more of a thing this year, like for sure. And this is a good song. You got to feel for your boy Onyu, who had to kind of like had to play hurt. If you see the dance sequences, there's only four of them. Fortunately, Onyu was battling an injury, so he had to like do his part sitting down, and the rest of the guys had to dance without him. Yeah. Which is better than they've done in the past, where they actually, if you remember, Shinee did once have an entire music video with a member missing, like,
yeah,
which is, you know what, at least they had him there.
But see, this is why I kind of don't like the K-pop style video of like having to do it in a box, because you could have did this the old school um like you mentioned, New Kids on the Block way. Put him in a car rolling through town, hitting on girls, and he could have been sitting in the car the whole time. And you could do jump cut dance scenes that are in different spots, and you wouldn't have even really noticed. But because they have to film videos in a box, you notice it so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely a big factor on that. But you know what? It's still a fun video. It's still a fun song. And I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm always glad to see Shinee back. It's just they're one of the. I'm not like I've said it a billion times. Like it takes a lot to win me over it takes a lot for a boy group to win me over. And Shinee is kind of one of those groups that I'm consistently into when they release music.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But yeah, speaking of megaton big time releases, you can't escape this group or its fan base.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, it's just the old bit. It's the old bit. Any armies here? Lol. We have Bangtan BTS with Bidam Nunmul, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Now, what the previous track was a retro track. This is definitely a very modern track. It's very evocative of some of the things you hear in pop music in the West. And it specifically does invoke a little bit of kind of what Justin Bieber's been doing, like in a couple of his songs recently. Like if you listen to the radio, with kind of a little bit of a dance, with like a little bit of a pop, more pop and EDM stylized dance hall influenced thing. Dance hall influenced EDM style.
Yeah.
And it's a hit pop song, and it's well made, and it's definitely not bad. It's really good. And
I will give it to BTS. They have been doing really well in kind of floating between these styles that they have, and it comes across really well.
Yeah, and switching to actually. Which is the tough part for them is they're maturing. Like this is them going from what was previously their youth phase to this is now them going to more mature phase.
Yeah, where they're starting to have a lot more say in how they want the music to sound. Whereas when they were put together, it was what we want you to sound like.
Yeah. A lot more artsy fartsy, a lot more imagery and like aesthetic.
I still don't like original BTS. Like what they have evolved into, I like, but when they have to do what BTS is to get over, like those things I don't like. But kind of the interesting BTS things I like, and I like this.
Yeah. I think that they've evolved really well, and they've succeeded. They're mega humongous superstars, and they're unstoppable. Like they're killing all the charts and selling all the physical copies of records, and they've got a strong fan base. So
they definitely have a strong fan base. There's no denying that.
They're doing something right. So yeah, good stuff.
All right.
But yeah, Kaz, you have some stuff that's new with you. What's new?
I do have some stuff. So, it is all about the boys this week for me. So, starting us off is something smooth, a good old ballad, because it's still that time of year. If you thought it wasn't, it is. So my boy Crush putting out a good, just soul searching jam, man. And I really enjoyed this. I'm not always the biggest fan of ballads, but I really enjoyed this song from Crush, called Fall. You can check it out over on 1K. We'll have a link to it, of course, as we do all the songs. And I think it's worth going and listening to it for yourself and just kind of jamming out to it. It's a song you definitely have to listen to. And I've said on the show before, I'm kind of a passive music listener. I'm not always seeking music out necessarily, but I know what I like when I hear it. And Crush is one of those people. I love his voice. I kind of love the way music is arranged around him or for him. However that's done, it always works really well.
Yeah. I will say on the flip side, I like Crush's voices usually. This song, I don't know if I'm gonna really be listening to it all that often. It didn't quite hook me.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, it felt a little bland to me, and I understand I couldn't get over the fact that it was such a kind of a ballad song.
Yeah,
and the tropes didn't pull me past the tropes of it. I will say, if I'm being honest, yeah. But I mean, Crush is a fantastic singer. I think I think with a different instrumental or a different kind of, I don't know if there's some musical company like that could have been done a little bit differently. It could have hooked me a little bit better, but yeah, I mean,
go with the hardcore Alicia Keys piano style kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't quite grab me. If I'm being honest, yeah.
So, continuing with my theme of the boys, my boy, once again, winning me over. Once again,
your boy. It's your boy, J Park.
Your boy, J Park. With this song called Drive. Doing what I love that J Park does. R&B. It's R&B J Park, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, once again, to the theme of R&B J Park. Gotta love it.
Yes, R&B
featuring
J Park.
Gray. Just an AOMG track all around. There are some parts of this that I'm not super fond of, but it's a fun track that brings me back to the summertime.
Yeah.
Even though it's released in October.
He's just not gonna let go. It's summertime all the time for J Park because he's a worldwide globetrotter. He goes where the summer is.
The sun.
Yeah. He can also afford to just have Sistar's Bora as his music video hottie. Which is impressive. Also, we have more amazing subtitles from J Park, just shouting you out right at the beginning of the song, going, "It's your boy," with some more motherfucking subtitles. And then and another great one is I don't know how to see if I can find it. Was the freaking sexy gray English sexy gray English time. But I will say there was the one unforgivable part with his I hope you're hungry. You're no. But yeah, this one had me more hyped. Like, this one was chill, but had me more excited, and it was a cool beat, and it was a good R&B track, and I like J Park R&B. I was like, when he makes good baby making music, and of course I like just the fact that we get to see Bora being hot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes. Add, which is fantastic. Because I love me some Sistar.
All right. So last but not least for me, bringing it definitely back is the boys 7. Haven't seen 7 for a little while, so
back finally from the military.
Here's some 7 tracks. So this is called "Give It to Me," and I really enjoyed this track.
Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun
it is
fun
like grown
hype
sexy. Um, I don't know. I really just enjoyed this. Like, I love Seven's style, and this is just like such a fun, like getting ready to go out kind of song. Like, you just listen to this to get you hyped to go out for the night.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I love tracks like that.
Yeah, it's cool to see Seven back. It's cool to kind of see him making music again. He was on, and I'd been thinking about it pre-show, and I was gonna look it up for something, maybe even to make a gif of it. But he made an appearance on Happy Together. And with that episode, I learned that his thing back in the day was Heelys, uh, which is apparently the thing he was like known for, doing a dance routine in Heelys. Let me see if I can find the episode of Happy Together. Should be able to find
this video is so super colorful in such a good way. Like, it's not K-pop colorful, where it's just like fucking randomly bright and super airy. Like, it has that style that I love, where it's kind of dark and contrasty, even though there's a lot of color in it, which is my kind of style of art when I do my own kind of photography and things like that. Like, I love colorful but still really dark. And I just got to give it up to whoever directed this and the videographer, and it just so good.
Yeah. I'm trying to find let's see if I can find that. Oh yeah, yes. I think this is the point where it happens. And all right, let me skip ahead. And we can have this happen. And you can see that right here. God damn it. This is them flashing back. He comes in there. Just eats it. He just eats it.
Everybody's just like, oh shit, killed Seven. Fuck.
I love it. And the funny part is, like, everybody looks on the floor. I'm like, there's nothing here. There's nothing here for you to trip on. What the hell? How did you? How did you fall? Oh my god, amazing stuff. I want to make a gif. I think that like they end up also trying to, because it's his Heelys are also like rhinestoned all over. So like they're like going on the ground, like picking up rhinestones that fell off when he fell. It's like, oh, I'm rich. But it's an amazing moment. It's good to see Seven back in the entertainment world for more fun stuff. Plus, that episode also had some fun alluding to his possible alleged happy ending time while he was in the military, which is fun. I like when they talk about scandals, unlike TV shows, and they like to allude to them. But yeah, Seven, good to see him back in the scene again. Yep. All right, so. Back to so what I've got going on in my stuff that's new. Music. My music. There's been a lot of stuff. So man, I'm going to start with a track that came out on September 25th. It came out a month ago. It tells you how long we've been. I guess it tells you how long we've kind of been away. But I had to talk. I had to hold on to it, and I had to talk about it. Because it's my girls of Crayon Pop back with a full album, their first ever full album. Also, all self-made DIY. They each kind of took responsibility for a different aspect of the album because it's that point of their career. Also because Chrome is broke. So So it's like, well, we're just doing everything ourselves, including fashion, choreography, and like music and song acquisition from songwriters. But they came back with this. I think we talked about the pre-release, but this is the full. This actual comeback release track. Do Doom Cheat, and I love it. I love it. It's so fun and catchy. The dance is fun. It's based off of like a meme, which I don't know what was the origin of, but it's the meme of the cat that's doing the thing, and then they actually choreographed a routine. Choreographed a routine around it, and it was pretty fantastic. And the outfits have been fun in their live performances. They and yeah, it's just a fun track. Like it's a fun, energetic track. There are a couple of surprising points in the fact that Ellen was given the duty of being the rapper when normally it's Way. So I'm like, yo, rap god Ellen. I guess she must have gotten tips from her buddy Amber. Uh, it was but it was still fun. It still had a great moment in there. I don't know. Like it's just a fun track, and I've been like jamming to it ever since it came out. What do you think, Kaz?
I think it's pretty good. Crayon Pop is definitely always pretty hit or miss for me. So, but I really enjoyed this one. So that goes to show a little bit of like this is them. This is literally them. It's not like put together and then their voices. So I think if we get more of this, if we get more of what their style is, then I'm definitely a lot more sold.
Yeah. This is pretty fantastic, and the album was really good too. They have some cool tracks on there. And I'm excited. I really hope that for more success for Crayon Pop, and hopefully more of this from them. Yeah, I just love them. I was the only bummer is that this I was so excited to get this album because I was in Korea. This came out on the 25th. And supposedly the physical album was going to come out. I think it came out on the 26th in Korea, and I was there till the 27th. I was going to fly back on the 27th. I was like, I'm going to go, on my last day, I'm going to go to the CD store and I'm going to pick it up. And then I went to the CD store on the 26th and they said, oh, tomorrow. I was like, okay. And then I kind of hatched a harebrained scheme to stop by the CD store on the way to the airport with my luggage in tow. And then when I asked about Crayon Pop, she said, tomorrow. I was like, well, okay then. Okay. I guess I'm not getting it. So I'm just gonna have to order how I usually order CDs off of Yes Asia.
Yeah.
But I will order it because you know what? That's what I'm about. I'm about that Crayon Pop life, son. And I'm a completionist. I gotta get all of them. I also gotta get a couple of the other ones.
Yep.
But yes. Moving on to another girl group. I'm all girl groups. I didn't mention that, but I'm all girl groups in my comeback with all of my songs. And there's another group that I've kind of talked about how much I love on the show multiple times, and finally coming back again. Well, not over a very long period of time. So actually, I shouldn't say finally. They just came back like a few months ago. Ladies Code with their new track "The Rain" off of the new mini "Stranger." Supposedly, it's the second of 3 minis that they're gonna have, with another one coming up in the future. The track "The Rain." This one, it's still very kind of mellow. It's more along the lines of what they've been doing lately, but this one's a little bit more upbeat than Galaxy was, and I really enjoyed it. It had a cool style to it. I'm really enjoying this vibe that Ladies Code is doing with these like minis. The video is really cool. They sing pretty fantastically. It is just a cool song, and I enjoyed it. Well, what do you think, Kaz?
I did enjoy this as well. It's a very like elegant, very like stylish video and like song. Like it's very smooth, and it's like everything, and I really enjoyed it. Like, and their voices on it are so good.
Yeah.
And like even the musical arrangement is so different to me. Like the that kind of ding 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 of the piano or the keyboard or whatever is just like it's so kind of jarring, but it's so soft and subtle and good. That I really enjoyed it. And it sticks to that color scheme that I really loved in the 7 video as well, where there is a lot of colors, but they're very muted.
Yeah.
But they're still very vibrant in there. Like, they're not bright, but they're there. And I don't know. I enjoy that style for some reason because it reminds me of my own style of art.
Yes, it works really well, and they look fantastic, and the visuals of the video are fantastic, and it works really well, and I'm glad to see more of Ladies Code. I'm glad to continuously see more Ladies Code music come out, and seeing them be out and about and promoting and having fun, and hopefully do more like variety shows and do more fun other stuff. More cool stuff for Ladies Code. Yeah. Moving on. Another group out there hustling, trying to make it work still. Dal Shabet. Another song from like nearly a month ago. And I just figure I'll talk about it here. It's Dal Shabet with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Gum Toil, Friday, Sat, Sun. It's a weekend escapism song. You know, it's trying to get you to kind of get your mind off of the grind at work. And it's a fun track. It's a different kind of like sound from their last comeback, but it's a nice, fun, catchy track. And I think I enjoyed it. What do you think?
I didn't super enjoy this. Like I kind of enjoyed the listen through of it, but it's not something I'm gonna go back to a lot. Like, but I kind of enjoyed the silliness of it. Like, but it was super K-poppy.
Yeah. This is if there's like in Dal Shabet is very much in the wheelhouse when it comes to the K-pop, and there's a lot of you're not gonna you're gonna get a lot of those tropes. They've been doing it for years, and they even though they haven't yet hit superstardom, they're gonna keep doing the same thing. But it's still fun. It's still that you get a lot if you love those K-pop tropes. You'll get a lot of more of them here, and the song is enjoyable and has a lot of cool moments, and the video is silly and fun and has moments where they look absolutely fantastic, and that's basically all there really is to that. Yeah. Dal Shabet,
check it out.
Yes. And last but not least, I'm even though it came out already, I'm probably not going to really talk about the Twice song either until the next episode, or I don't know if it doesn't really hook me, I probably won't talk about it. But it came out today, and we'll talk about it in the future. Okay. But I.O.I, their final comeback before they kind of go off into their regular groups, and all the trainees go back to their actual agencies and either debut or don't, and do their own thing. But I.O.I scheduled to only kind of be active for a year, have come back with their final comeback, with their final kind of release. This one comes courtesy of one song maestro JYP at the helm. And it's very interesting. I mean, you get the JYP whisper right at the beginning. And it's interesting. The song's called Nomu Nomu Nomu, or Very Very Very, or you just call it Nomu Nomu Nomu, because that's going to be what you're going to be hearing in your head a lot. as you hear the song. It uses repetition. There's no bones about this. This is taking the sound. This is basically taking the sound that he does it twice a bit, and matching it with the visuals of Red Velvet's Russian Roulette. Like, well, you know what it is? It's basically a Red Velvet cover song. It sounds like Dum Dum and looks like Red Russian Roulette. Like, that's basically what it is. It sounds like Dum 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 Dum, and it looks like Russian Roulette. Of course, like they turn the repetition up to 100 to kind of really drill the hook into your head, which can be to its detriment. I will say, if it doesn't make you hate it, it can actually make you kind of love it in a way. It's fun. It's catchy. It's energetic. It's cool. The visuals, it's the reason it looks like Russian Roulette is because it's the same directors. So directors have a visual style they like to kind of like employ, especially when they make a lot of music videos. So I can definitely understand that.
It is definitely catchy. It does have that catchy appeal to it because, I mean, JYP would know about these things because, I mean, he's good at it. But it's K-poppy in all the right ways, which is a good thing. And I know sometimes we use the term K-poppy in a bad way, but this is K-poppy in a very good way. And it's fun. It's meant to be fun. You have fun with it. It's not going to be super duper memorable until like the next thing comes along that takes away from it. But I don't know. It's there. You kind of just experience it, and I think you move on with it.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I definitely think I.O.I has had some good releases, and it's kind of sad to see that it was a temporary thing.
Yeah,
but.
It was an ambitious project to begin with because a lot like the members of the group like belong to so many different agencies. This is like they assembled an all-star team like of trainees. Like that's how this came to be in the first place. It's like reverse all-star game. Like this is this is a K-pop Futures League. This is the K-pop Futures League All-Star game.
The McDonald's All-Star game.
Yeah. This is all the recruits and trainees and all the people of the future of K-pop. And honestly, when it comes to at least one member, I can tell you Sejong, as a variety entertainer, has a bright future. If you've seen her on Talents for Sale, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. And the song's cool. I will say one major thing. Did JYP panic and not figure out how to end the song? Because it just kind of faded out.
It just faded, like with no real like.
Which I mean adds to the I guess it adds to the feel of repetition because it feels like it repeats forever. Like it's just,
but even the video doesn't really end either, right? Because it's like kind of still going, and then there's like the title card at the end, and they're like even still like dancing and shit.
Yeah,
and you're just like, all right,
and you want and that's the recorded version. It's where it's extra awkward, and on music shows when they're performing it live. Because they perform it and they kind of just do this like at the end when it's fading out, they just kind of stand there and jiggle. It's like like, and it's like, what is going on? Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, like I'll show. Well, is it here? Yeah, I'll show a little bit of the ending. This is them, the jaku. It's like just stand there. The music's fading, and they just kind of stand there going. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I wonder how long that lasts after like they fade, just to like give them enough headway to be able to cut cleanly. Like how long do they stand there going like shaking, like waiting for their cue? Like it almost makes me want to go to a live show, like a music show, just to see that. But yeah, IOI. The end of the experiment will hopefully wish all the individual members the best, and hopefully see them grow back when they're back home.
All right. So before we go into news, right? There's a lot of stuff there, right? And there's a small possibility that we end up in a space where they could make a lot of money, right, on this.
Yeah.
They make enough money, you'll see more IOI. Like, because people love money. You know,
yeah. Here's the thing, like the people love money. Here's the tough part. Like, yeah, they'll want to make more IOI, but it's gonna be like they can make money, but could be the same thing that prevents Fox from letting Marvel use the X-Men and up until now Spider-Man. Like, yeah, we could make money, or we can make money, or we could make money.
right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna shut up. Let's go to news.
So it could go either way. At the same time, Spider-Man's in Civil War, and he's gonna get an MCU movie. So you never know. You know, things can work out. They're definitely. I guarantee you, what's one thing that's easy to at least do is contract them for commercial deals individually. Yeah. So they'll be doing like, hey, IOI, you know, for this thing. I've already saw a bunch of those commercials while I was in Korea, and I guarantee you those aren't going to just end. Which is going to be helpful. I think, you know, especially for some members like Somi, who's not yet ready to kind of, who's not yet ready, and she's in JYP, and it's not like they're going to debut a new group now for her, because you know they're still doing twice. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. For all the different members, most of which I don't know who they are. So, so we'll see. But moving on. So that's the end of the new music, and we're going to transition over to our headlines. Remember, it's this one, I think. Yeah, to our headlines. So be right back. Oh, no, that's not it. That's our Hallyujuku Talks music. All right. Is this one? Yes.
Don't worry. We're working out the kinks. It's been a while.
I don't have my MMO mouse. I don't have my MMO
gotta get
mouse.
The dust off, you know? It's like, it's been a while.
Yeah. Get the kinks out. Stretch our muscles.
All right. So, time to put on the NPR voices. Yeah.
Yes. Headlines. Yes. All right. So back to how I started music. Crayon Pop Soil stops activities due to anxiety disorder. This is a while ago. This is actually like a couple of weeks ago. In fact, 3 weeks ago. But I figure it's still worth talking about. Soil of Crayon Pop has been diagnosed with anxiety panic disorder and will be withdrawing from all group activities while she recovers. Soil has started to suffer from severe anxiety disorder. She will be halting our promotions, and Crayon Pop will continue with four members for the time being, which they have been. End quote. During their preparation for Evolution Pop, she was diagnosed with anxiety disorder. Her return will be discussed after she recovers from her condition. So and they provide more details, and a lot of it is like, there was a lot of exhaustion involved, especially with the whole comeback and doing everything themselves. But
Right.
yeah,
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready for like, because they entered a really stressful situation with wanting to continue with a sinking ship, and not saying they're the sinking ship, they're the life raft of that ship,
yeah.
like they're saving everyone else on that ship that is Chrome Entertainment. Like their label is kind of having a hard time, but they're this shining star in that, and they took it amongst themselves to keep being that, because that's what they've always been. And I could see that kind of situation had to put stress on all of them. So for anyone to come out of that unscathed is surprising enough. So like, I'm surprised not all of them just after everything didn't just sit down for a second and was like, bitch, give me a minute. I need to catch my breath. Like,
especially considering I believe she's still a college student. I think she's still going to school. So on top of that, like there's so much stress in her life. But I mean, they do talk about how it could be a little bit more onset, brought on by fatigue, more than like the symptoms brought on by fatigue rather than a full on permanent disorder.
Mental breakdown.
Yeah. Like because if somebody has like severe anxiety disorder, that's just something that'll be with them like forever, no matter what. Like they don't just like cure that. It's just they put it under control for a moment, and then like hope it stays that way. But hopefully, with
mental disorders are a very scary thing. So,
yeah.
But yeah, like you said, hopefully this is something that can be controlled and can be, just something that with proper treatment and care, she can continue to do what she wants to do, because she's so good at it. She's a really good entertainer, and it would be sad. I mean, I would rather her step away if that's what she had to do to be healthy, but it would definitely be a sad thing to see her have to step away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, luckily, she and not this is the only instance, but her agency and the industry is letting her do like heal and try to heal and like doing the right thing by her. Speaking of not doing the right things by the artist, Stella's Gyeong performed while wearing a neck brace at DMC Festival 2016. DMC Festival was this like ongoing concert that like I think might still be going on, or like was going on for like a week or so, or like a while. It's just like I think an every weekend thing. I don't know. All I know is that I think NBC is still uploading performance videos from the festival. So I don't know if there was a lot of performance videos, if it's going on. But yeah. But for whatever reason, Gyeong Stellar was performing with a neck brace at their appearance at the DMC Festival 2016 yesterday, or back on October 7th. But like, why? Even if she's able to perform, it just looks terrible and awkward. Like, I feel uncomfortable watching the video because all I could think about is what the hell happened to her neck. We definitely know one thing though: the Entertainment Pascal is instilling determination levels in Stellar that Kim Kwang-soo, I think was CEO of Pledis Entertainment, or not Pledis. It's a Tiara. It's a Tiara joke. Sorry. I was gonna try to go a long way, but to say it's a Tiara joke, would be jealous of.
But yeah, it's fucking awkward as fuck. Like that's the one thing I will definitely agree with Asian Junkie about, is like it's fucking awkward, dude. It just looks really weird, and you can't help but look at it. And I don't understand what I'm looking at. Like it's bothering me watching this video. Like Like, dude, sometimes you just take the bench. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just sit the fuck down. Like, no, just no.
Yeah. Like, sometimes it's like, you, you figure you know what happened. It's like this is one of those few opportunities for them to have a big stage because it's pretty prominent, and it was going to be on NBC, and it was going to be, there was a lot of people there, and it was a pretty prominent stage for Stella to be on. But like, like it just doesn't look right, like especially for the industry. Like people are going to look at it like fucking K-pop.
Right.
And rightfully so. And I'm glad if that happens because I always want them to shed a light. But do you really want to be the ones that are like setting the example for people to do that? Like, yeah, nah, this is no bueno.
No, it's definitely no bueno. It's not something you should be doing. You tell your player, hey, got to take one for the team. Sit down. You're hurt. Let's regroup. We got some great players that are going to go out there and represent you and this team. Get over it.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully a little bit of backlash and they learn their lesson a bit. They won't. Nah.
She'll be out there on crutches next time.
Yeah. In a wheelchair. They're gonna teach her some wheelchair choreography. Like, pew, pew. It's gonna be like the Heelys. It's gonna be like Speed back when they did the Heelys. Wheelchair choreography. Pew, pew. Yeah. All right. Let's move on from that. There's something a little bit more kind of cool and interesting, and we're gonna instill a little juku in this Hallyujuku tip. Something interesting. STU-48 is gonna be like AKB-48 except on a boat. And Asian Junkie adds bitch for emphasis.
Yeah.
It was announced today that Satuchi 48 will be the latest addition to the AKS family, or the 48verse, as I like to say. And the group's theater will open in the summer of 2017. The catch is that the theater is on a motherfucking boat, bitch. I like that. Look at this overly dramatic hype video, and I can go ahead and look at it. I don't know. I'll give my thoughts after you give your thoughts on what this could be.
It's just more gimmick in what is the kind of at this point losing traction 48 thing.
Yeah.
It's Euro Disney, like you're like, oh, cool, fucking Disney World. Oh, cool, fucking Disneyland. Oh, cool, Japan Disney. All right. Oh, cool, Lego Disney. All right. Oh, cool, you're fucking losing me, dude. Why? like I understand, but okay. Oh, okay, cool. Disney Cruises.
Yeah.
What? Like you add more and more shit, and you just slap the name on it, and you expect people to dump money. So
I don't know.
That's what it is.
I think I'm. This is, I think, one of the few things that actually kind of it does make sense in that sense, like you said, like Disney cruises, like Nickelodeon cruise, like or like Joko Cruise Crazy for another example. It's putting the name on, kind of just it makes sense. Like it's a thing that happens.
Two great gimmicks, and now they're great together.
Yeah, I would say it's probably not a bad way to spend a summer cruise vacation.
Yeah,
yeah. Kind of you see all the stops.
I'm not lying. If for some reason we're in Japan and this is a thing that's happening and it's cheap enough,
yeah. Well, when we're in Japan, we're at least we're hitting one of the 48 theaters.
Yeah.
We have to do it. And then if this is a thing, that might be a fun time. It will be even better if we do like I've been thinking if we take DJM with us, because it'd be hilarious to see DJM at the 48th theater. Like that would be fun. Yeah. But yes, this seems like it would be fun. If you're a fan of the 48verse, it's not a bad way to kind of have a romantic cruise, or just have a cruise time away from work and away from life, which is good. Yeah. But you definitely are right. It's starting to like, all right, starting to stretch a little thin. I mean, it's definitely understandable. They did lose their Chinese contingent because they went rogue. So they do feel like they need to expand, but I don't know. Maybe actually focus on making making music that sounds different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Far be it from me to suggest music might be a thing that they need to focus on. Because they probably don't really need to, because it's not that. That's the least important thing in idol culture is the music. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. We'll look forward to checking it out. Also, the comments are fun.
Yeah.
Gronk's photo party. Yes. I love the comment section on Asian Junkie. They're the best.
They're pretty good. I love those kids. They're cool.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. We're probably gonna look forward to seeing. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. I'm gonna be part of my checking articles. But moonrock 2.0 just popped up. Speaking of headlines, moonrock just kind of launched their revision of their website. It's hard to show on these scenes, but they're promising a lot. There's going to be there's going to be articles, obviously. There's going to be a wiki, a compendium of all that is K-pop in their wiki, including song lyrics and things like that. There's also tour information, which that right now it's mainly CL. And of the Aloha concert, but it promises to have a comprehensive infos on tours in the States, K-pop tours. Like for example, they have they have right here info. You can see Crush is going to be in Chicago on November 11th, and in Atlanta on the 16th, and in LA on the 18th. So, with like you can find tickets and things like that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So go check it out. Hopefully like what they were promising, what they were saying, that it feels like it's going to be like, including apparently, for example, just in BDP teaser images for Blackpink's upcoming comeback, Playing with Fire.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah. So yeah, more updates. Go check out moonrock, moonrock. And see if you like it. We probably will be pulling the occasional article from them, and if it works out, probably more and more than that. So yeah. But that's it for us.
Yeah, baby.
Brings us to the end of another fantabulous episode of Hallyujuku.
You made it through that.
Yes. We survived. Unlike insert character here from that zombie show. I don't watch. I think somebody important died on Walking Dead last night. Probably. I don't know.
I everybody's like, because I plan on just binge watching.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched in years, so, and I probably won't. But everybody's talking about it.
Gotcha.
Yep, there's water cooler talk. So that's interesting. But yes, Kaz, what do you got going on in your world?
Drunken's Gaming YouTube channel. Go check it out. Other than that, all the podcasts that I do that you always check out anyway, because I love you kids, and that's about it.
Yeah. I'm PD Ray Fusky and Kaz. The show is Hallyujuku. You can keep an eye out on all this stuff. If I can figure out how to I think it's working out. I have been having issues with streaming. I want to stream, but I have issues where suddenly it drops a million frames and it doesn't work. I'm I don't know what's happening, and then it falls and crashes and burns. If I can figure that out, I might start streaming more consistently on Rebelli TV on Twitch. I tried to do an episode of Music Mondays. So I'm thinking of doing Mondays rhythm games on Mondays.
Yeah.
And a couple of, and I'm going to add a couple more theme days, possibly a throwback Thursday, but not necessarily retro gaming, but throwing it back to a few years ago or maybe last decade, or just little things worth looking back on, not necessarily the gimmicky retro gaming or whatever. But I don't know. If I can figure it out, I'll do a thing and I'll make a little cool fluctuating schedule based off of work. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, shows Hallyujuku, Hallyujuku.com, kpoppodcast.com, rebelli.net for this and other shows, YouTube, Twitch, all over the place, iTunes, Stitcher. Subscribe, like, share, do the thing.
Well, didn't I tell you? Don't you know?
Until next time, hasta los huevos.
I'm on all kinds of beds.
Fighting Himalaya superpower.
Give it to me straight, Doctor. Give it to me straight, Doctor. Why, I think you're crazy. Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.